Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Chelsea, and for those of you tuning in for the first time, I am a first-time mommy to a little girl that's due on July 21st. So this is my 31-week pregnancy update. And this week, our little girl is measuring, well, the Bump app says that she is measuring the size of asparagus, which this is my asparagus this week. Jeff and I actually bought like a big bundle of like massive asparaguses from Publix. And we ended up eating it for dinner last night. And I was like, oh my God, I gotta save one for my video update tomorrow. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like the veggies and the fruits from the previous weeks have been bigger than this limpy asparagus. But either way, it says that she is 16.1 inches and approximately 3.3 pounds. So she is definitely growing. I am currently weighing in at 173.2 pounds. I started off my pregnancy at about 143. So that is, oh God, yeah, that's 30 pounds. Yep. I just realized that that's a 30-pound weight gain, and I still have 9 more weeks. So I am about 5'7.5", 5'8". So it's funny. Initially I thought, okay, I'll gain, maybe like 25 to 35 pounds. Checking in at a 30-pound weight gain at week 31. But, I've kind of like thrown that out the window in terms of caring what my weight gain's been. I'm just focusing on being healthy. And I have stepped up my exercise this week. I actually got my husband a Concept 2 rowing machine for an early Father's Day gift, and I've used it a lot too. We've been doing like some circuit stuff in our garage at home just because I haven't had the desire to pick up and go to the gym like I usually do, but it's great having some stuff just here in the house, some kettlebells and some bands where I can get a quick workout in. My goal is usually about 20 minutes of, my heart rate being above 120. So that's been working out well. A few symptoms though this week that are definitely new that I don't think I had before. I have been feeling some cramping, almost like period cramps. And they're always on the right side and my low back. I'm going next week, so I'm going to talk to my doctor about it. I really don't think it's anything to be alarmed about. I don't think it's that what people call round ligament pain, but it could be. I'm not sure. Any of you mommies that watch these updates, if you've experienced anything like that before in around week 30, 31, let me know, because it's definitely a new symptom to report. The other thing too is like with the exercise that I've been feeling kind of like tugging, and I do think that might be round ligament. It's tugging down by like both ends of my pelvic area. So when I'm walking, I always try to wear like a belly band for support. I think part of it is just my belly is getting a little bit bigger and heavier, so it's kind of the compensating of my body while I'm walking. It usually happens more when I'm walking, not so much if I'm rowing or doing other exercises. But I've also felt very kind of stretched this last week. I could feel my belly growing and stretching, and no stretch marks to report as of yet. I'm still using my Basque body lotion oil religiously, but I'm feeling definitely a lot more kind of stretched. So I did buy one of the pregnancy pillows. I showed you guys on week maybe 14 or 15, I got a pregnancy pillow, and honestly, I keep going back to trying it and I just don't like it. I don't know if I'm sleeping with it weird, but I always wake up feeling kind of tight in my neck and shoulders. So what I've been doing is sleeping with a pillow between my legs, and then now I'm using one of my little like decorative pillows that's not big to kind of prop up against my belly when I sleep on my side, so my belly has something to rest on. And that's helped a lot. I've been sleeping very well though. So fortunately, not waking up more than once a night to go to the bathroom, and really getting a good 8 hours a night. So everyone says sleep while you can. That's what I'm doing. But this week, one of the most exciting parts of week 31 is that our nephew was born. My sister-in-law, Jeff's sister, had her baby this weekend, or well, last week I should say. He was born on May 17th. His name's Gabriel, and he is perfect. He is so perfect. Jeff and I went up to Jacksonville because that's where she delivered. That's where her and her husband live. And my mother-in-law and father-in-law were already there. And this was day 3 post Gabriel's arrival. Sarah had to have a C-section, so kind of gave her a day to recover and rest, and then we came up. But I am just so excited for her. It was so wonderful to hold this baby, and especially now, I feel like more than ever, being so close to being able to meet our little girl, it was just really special. And this is Jeff's parents' first grandchild, and to see the joy on their face and the pride and just how much love was there for that little boy. Oh, it was great. I'm so touched and excited that our families are growing and that we're going to, you know, our little girl's gonna have a cousin that's so close in age. So we went up to Jacksonville just for the day. Sarah was still in the hospital recovering from her C-section. So we just went and spent the day with them, and it was really nice. Saturday, though, the day after, so we went on Friday. Saturday, we had our all-day birth class. So we elected, instead of doing multiple, you know, like a weekly series of birth classes done over a period of time, we figured it'd be easier to just hammer it all out on a Saturday. So we went, Florida Hospital did, it's called The Gift of Motherhood, and they did an all-day class taught by 2 nurses that are certified in labor and delivery and some other things, I guess. You know, both of the women that taught the class were fantastic. And it was from 9 o'clock until 5. So we spent our entire day talking about babies and labor, and I got so much out of it. You know, being a first-time mom, everything's so new to me, and you don't know what you don't know is the way I look at it, but I definitely feel like the more I know, the more prepared I am, the more I can make informed decisions about my labor, the more I can make informed decisions about my care in the hospital and how I want my birth experience to go. I fully agree and understand that, you know, it doesn't always go as planned. And so I think that my mantra is I want to give myself as many tools as possible to be successful. And I want to have tools in my toolbox to manage pain without medication, to be able to labor as long as I can without getting an epidural, so that I can use gravity to help move this baby girl out. But I fully understand that you have to expect the unexpected and just be flexible and know that at the end of the day, it's about getting the baby out safely and keeping me safe. So that's just kind of been my MO on it. I'm not hell-bent on a specific birth plan, if you will, but the class was really good. You know, they talked about birth techniques, breathing techniques. They answered so many questions. I've had so much conflict about getting an epidural versus not getting an epidural, and it's completely personal preference, and it has nothing to do, like, I don't think it's a badge of honor to have a natural childbirth, but truly one of the biggest fears I have is that epidurals, my research and even confirmed in the class, was that you can get a really bad headache for a few days after an epidural. And I have had paralyzing migraines the last 12 years of my life. I'm more afraid of the headache afterwards and being in pain and not being able to fully care for my baby than I am of the pain of labor, I guess. So yeah, that's been kind of been my thought process these last couple of weeks, really. But again, I'm not opposed to an epidural, and if I need it, I'm gonna get it. But it was really helpful to take the class. So I fully recommend classes for first-time moms especially. Jeff was really participatory. I felt very thankful that my husband was there with me, my support, because he was going through it too. And it, you know, they talked a lot about ways that the husband can help, and I think it empowered him. So that was our Saturday. That was really nice. The other thing that's kind of been happening recently, and I think it's because I'm looking more pregnant, but the thing that's been happening recently is that people are telling me start to finish their entire birth experience. I mean, I talk to patients every day. It's part of my job doing consultations, and somehow or another, I get 1 or 2 birth stories a day. And it's just like, I don't even ask about it. It's crazy. You know, I think in our culture, sometimes there's this like fear around childbirth, and it's amazing how many people, again, people have been so sweet to me being pregnant. I can't tell you, like, I have a whole new respect for humanity and just how caring strangers are to a pregnant woman. But on the other hand, I've also been experiencing a lot of like people wanting to share their terrible birth experiences with me and share their like how bad it was and how quick they needed an epidural and how the baby didn't want to come out and all these things. And I'm just like, I feel like I find a very nice way to say thank you, but I'm not interested in hearing this. Or if I do kind of have to engage in conversation to not be rude, in my mind, I'm already thinking like, this is not what I accept for me. I'm trying to keep a very positive mental attitude. I'm really excited about birth and about meeting our little girl and being able to bring life into the world. It's just such a miracle. And it really, for me, I think positive mental attitude is everything. And so I just don't subscribe to it. But I don't know if anyone else out there has experienced this. I'm just kind of like, guys, can you, like, ladies, please, I don't want to hear about your terrible birth story. Tell me something great. Tell me about, I know that my child may not sleep through the night. I expect that. So I feel like my expectations are way down here. That way, if she sleeps more than an hour a night, I'm going to be impressed and my expectations will be, exceeded, not let down. So I'm really excited about becoming a mother, and I could be just naive because I've never had a birth before, but I feel like mental attitude is a lot of it. So I'm trying to keep a really positive attitude. And for any of you mommies watching that are getting ready to go into labor in the coming weeks, I fully pray for you, and I pray that you just embrace it and that you don't subscribe to the fear, because it is so not worth it. Your experience is going to be unique to you and no one else. And so I think that opening up to all that negativity just plants bad seeds in your brain. So that's my spiel on that. But otherwise, I will leave you guys with a bump shot. And I do have a dress on, so you won't see my belly, but you'll be able to see my bump. So this was actually my Mother's Day dress. I feel like my bump doesn't look that big. Maybe it does. But this was the dress I wore on Mother's Day, and it's super comfy. So I've been living in my maxi dresses and definitely staying away from anything tight around the bump. But that's all. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. If you want to check in on week 32, I think you need to hit the notification button. But otherwise, I really appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.